I'm AaronCabeen. I'm owner, operator, founder of Cabeen Originals. I do custom woodworking, furniture, cabinets, built-ins. Use a lot of reclaimed wood. I offer something a lot of woodworkers here in Chattanooga don't offer. See, this was a cotton mill out of South Georgia, and this came from, there's places out of Kentucky and New York and Michigan and Louisiana, plenty of old mills, a lot of companies. When the housing boom was going, there were 8 major companies that would just buy a building, 2 or 3 million, disassemble the whole thing and salvage everything and mill it up. And at one point they were selling hard pine floors for up to $20 a square foot. I mean, when I tell them I use reclaimed wood, they're like, oh, do you just get it out of old trash piles? And I'm like, no. See, reclaimed wood is some of the most expensive wood that you can get. It's all artisan based, it's all craftsman based. I don't have like a production line, anything like that. I learned a lot of how to work with my hands from my father, just growing up since I was like 10 years old. I was on a construction site. Doing jobs, I graduated high school, never went to college. I was working out, doing remodeling and stuff like that. And there were some local woodworkers that would come in and do cabinets and stuff. And I thought it was great what they did, but I thought you could never make a living doing that, And these guys, they still have that artist mentality where it's like, they're barely getting by. All they can afford is tools and food, I found out about Create Here through a friend of mine. He said, there's this new thing going on down on Main Street. It's called Create Here. And with a lot of things that I eventually get into, I didn't really think it was anything to really, shake a stick at, I guess to say. But as I started finding out what they had and business planning course, I always thought, I didn't really think it was that important. But as I did more research, as I talked to the folks and how passionate they were, I really realized how important it was that I do have a business plan, how attainable it was that they were making it, not to say cheap enough, but to where somebody who is just getting started could afford it, You can do the best work in the world, but not know how to figure a job, and you'll never make any money. So that's helped me not only get to a break-even point, which I learned through Create Here as well, but also to make a profit. They taught me, how to negotiate real estate when I go in and try to rent or buy. They help me to negotiate anything with business because it happens so much, and I think that's what Create Here understands, and that's what they're helping with, is that you have a ton of artists that want to be artists, but they have to go work at a fast food joint and then do their work at night. I'm able to do my work during the day, as my primary job, and I have a family and children, and they help me to understand how you can blend art and business, because it really is a good blend. They're almost like oil and water, but if you have the right compounds, you can really put it together and you really have a good combination there. And that's what Create Here has really taught me. So when somebody invests with me, they're going to be spending more up front, absolutely. People ask me that all the time. They're like, "How do you compare?" And I'm, well, first of all, you're going to be paying a lot more. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to really try to negotiate with you to match anybody else's price. But 10 years from now, you're still going to have a classic design. This is never going to go out. Art never goes out. And you're going to have something that's going to last forever. You don't have to worry about it being something where it's like, oh well, like the 90s, they had a lot of cool things going on, but now, like the old nasty kitchens, I've torn a bunch of those things out. Those people were spending $50,000 back in the 90s. Now they're spending $100,000 in between 2000 and 2010. Well, I want to make something for somebody that's going to last forever. It's going to be classic. It's never going to wear out, just like the arts and crafts movement, and that they can really invest in something that's going to last throughout the generations, from family to family to family. So that's, getting out of doing construction and getting into this. It's been difficult. It's been hard getting a business started, but it's starting to gain some steam. It's like a train. I just hope I don't push it down the hill. But I'm doing a lot of custom. And when it's custom, it's original. It's unique. It's one of a kind that goes into that home. For those people. it has been kind of difficult. I've talked to other woodworkers and they're like, I hate doing custom because it can be a pain. But too many times, it's just those people get the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. I'd like to give something, because there's only one of these. I might make a second one if somebody wants it, but I'm not just going to keep making them over and over and over, mass producing. I hate that. I'm trying to marry up art and practicality, and these people are really entrusting me to really add, not only as an art aspect, but to really add value to their home monetarily. So I'm so glad that I'm in the point where I'm at now, where people trust me enough that they'll say, you know what, Aaron, whatever you want to do, just go ahead and do it, based on the work that I've done in the past. So it's really, really nice. And once I get in the shop, I'll start making things, and I'm thinking, it would look really cool if I did this. I mean, this, for instance, just kind of formed as I was making it. So, and I'll keep them up to date, but I tell them, like, you're going to have to give me some creative freedom, And I've got to a place now where folks trust me enough. I made this one locker system for a family, and they were thinking it would just be like a cabinet-looking thing, going in a corner for they had 3 boys, and they wanted a place where they could just throw all their stuff. Well, I ended up making like this real wild-looking thing, looked like branches and stuff, with heart pine and walnut, and then it had like a metal thing up top, and it was wild looking. It was very arty for sure, but they had a big appreciation. Well, they weren't expecting it at all. I get it in, and the guy's wife comes down the hall, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen this yet." Whoa! If the choo-choo is what Chattanooga is known for, I'd like for Cabeen Originals to be right there with it, Maybe not necessarily have a song, Chattanooga Cabeen Originals, or something crazy, In 10 years, I hope to have a really good foothold in the Southeast. I hope to be employing at least probably 10 to 30 guys, or ladies, if they want to. Let's see, I'd love to be, I guess, gross revenue, I'd hope to crest 10 million, hopefully, a year. Definitely going to stay in Chattanooga, hopefully within the city limits. I mean, this is a great location, whether I'm in, on this side of the river or in South Chattanooga or something. But in 10 years, I hope to have a good footing all the way from Florida to DC, all the way up to, I guess, the edge of Texas.